Now we're going to take a look at how to write a linear function if we're given a table. So you have a table here and you see my input and my output values. And so remember that your input values are your x and your output values are your y. And when we write this function, we're going to use the form y equals mx plus b. There's two pieces there that we have to find. We have to find our m and we have to find our b. Now, just as a review, your m is going to be your rate of change. And we find that in a table by taking the change in y divided by the change in x. So I'm going to look at my table, and I'm actually going to color code this to help us see the change in y and the change of x. Let me change pen colors here. We'll start with this greenish color. So let's look here. How much is my y changing here from the first row to the second? So from -2 to 0, it increased by 2. If I look over on the x side and I say how much did it increase from -3 to -2, that went up 1, up 1, so +1. So my change is going to be 2 divided by 1. And if I simplify that, 2 divided by 1 is 2. So I'm going to change colors again. And now we're going to look at how much does my y change from 0 to 4. Well, that one goes up 4. On the left side, I look at my change in my x. And my change in my x increases by 2. So the change would be 4 over 2, because the change in y divided by the change in x. And that simplifies to 2. Let me try another one. Let me try purple this time. If I go from 4 to 6, that's an increase of 2 for my change in y. My change in x is an increase of 1, and 2 divided by 1 is 2. All right, I'll do orange this next time. From 6 to 14, whew, that is an increase of 8. From 1 to 5 over on the x is an increase of 4. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. And lastly, I'll do from 14 to 18 is an increase of 4. From 5 to 7 is an increase of 2. And I take the change in y divided by the change in x, which again gives me 2. And what you're going to notice here is I'll highlight all of these. They all came out to the same amount because we have a consistent rate of change. So I know that my m value is going to equal 2. Now I have to figure out the b value. This b value, this is sometimes called your y-intercept. Sometimes it's called your starting point or where you begin. And if I look at my table, I'm looking for where my x is 0. And right here in this row here, you'll see where x equals 0, that y equals 4. That 4 is going to be my b value. So now I'm going to take these two pieces and I'm going to put them together. So y equals mx, well the m value is 2, so we're going to say 2x plus b, and my b value is 4, so plus 4. So there is my linear function that I've written from my table.